Good morning, everyone. This is Melanie from Life's Treasures and Curiosities. And this video, I want to do some talking. Um, Actually, I don't even know where to begin, but it is currently 5 a.m. this morning. I have been up since 3 a.m. and I go to bed. I'll be honest. Normally, I go to bed at around 8, 9 o'clock. But last night, I was up and I couldn't sleep, so I ended up going to sleep. And then, of course, I woke up at 3 o'clock, and there's too much on my mind, too much excitement, too much going on that I'm like, you know something? Let me just get up. Let me work on some of my stuff. Let me work on my massive job, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And then hopefully midday I can take a nap and then just start over. But what I want to talk to you, and I guess this is where things are exciting and overwhelming at the same time. So first off, I was on Victoria, which is Adventures in Reselling channel yesterday. I was invited to her auction, and the auction format was that there was four of us. Actually, at one point, I think there was six because a couple other guests came in, but there was four of us, and we were basically had two items, and you just rotate amongst everything, trying to sell your items. Now, of course, I brought in the big deals because I figured this is an opportunity that I'm going to reach out there, meet people I've never met before. I'm still relatively someone who doesn't have a very big social media presence. I mean, I just hit 200 subscribers. Yay! And tomorrow's going to be the contest. But my social media presence is so small that I really do not know the people out there. I don't know who's out there. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to get my name out there, boost some sales, get some good things. I had no idea my stuff would go crazy. I offered an incredible special. Now, I'll be honest, I've been doing something similar but more expensive on a different auction with Paul Antonelli. And the deal I was doing was I was charging basically 50 cents a DVD, but then with shipping and everything, it was turning out to be like 22 cents a DVD I was charging them. And I said, you know something? Let me add in some of the DVDs that I would never get rid of. Like, because I'll be honest, I have so many TV show DVDs. So what I did was I offered the same special, the 50 movies, but on top of the 50 movies, I'm also giving 25 TV shows. And I lowered the price simply because I was banking on that multiple people would buy multiple items. So in other words, they would get the DVD and a different item, and I would do combined shipping, and it ends up being much cheaper sort of thing. What I wasn't expecting was that every single person in the room would not only purchase one, they would purchase multiple copies. In addition, I ended up making a massive bulk sale to, I'm assuming, somebody who has stores or something like that. Because basically, the truth is, I bought out a Blockbuster. In fact, I'm buying out another Blockbuster special as well. But that might not happen. But after this, I want it to happen. But we're going to see what. I know, I'm too excited. But the point is, and just to give the massive numbers, is yesterday I sold 2,175 DVDs. Now, I probably could have made a killing on them, but after doing all the calculations, I was selling them for 13 cents each. And people are like, what? 13 cents each? That's what the calculation came out to. 13 cents each, and that's after shipping and everything like that. So basically, 2,175 DVDs earned me $290. Now, on one end, I just earned $290. I am thrilled. On the other end, it's like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Just to show you the sheer work involved, and relatively, I'm giving myself 2 days to do this. The deal was you get 50 movies, you get 25 TV series, which that's 2 pack, no doubles. So in order for me to basically do that, what I'm doing is I am taking my bins, which I want to show you what the bins look like. Uh, had it right behind. So these are my bins. They're already they're simply sorted by movies and television shows, but they're not. There's no rhyme or reason. And the only reason they're sorted like this was because I had a whole bunch of friends come over and they sorted it out. So they came over just in time to do this. Oh, yep, that's my little whole point. So basically, what I need to do is take these, reduce it down to these, but I have to make sure there's no doubles because obviously I could pick up some DVDs, look at it, and there could be like 3 or 4 copies of the same one. There's no rhyme or reason to this. The thing is, I added an extra layer of work to myself, which my husband's like, just grab the DVDs and separate it. And I'm like, no, there was a purpose of me getting these DVDs. And the reason is that some of these DVDs are worth a lot of money. I just pulled out a DVD yesterday that's worth $55. So, I mean, no offense, I'm not going to give a $55 item to somebody who just paid 13 cents for. So what I'm doing is I'm actually doing a double take on each one of the titles, which is getting to the point that the titles are so repetitive that's like, no, I have this, I know this, I know this, I know this. And I'm sorting out the ones that are money makers, keeping the ones that are average, and when I say money makers, I'm talking about top dollars. These all of these are being sold on eBay. I mean, people will make money off of these if they decide to sell them. If they decide to just have them as gifts, or they will still make money. I mean, even if they sell them for $1 each, they just make money because they're only selling these for 13 cents. I mean, I'm only selling it for 13 cents. So the way I look at it is I made a great profit. They've made a great buy. I got my name out there. Hopefully I made some friends and hopefully they'll see because I'll tell you what, I mean, I shouldn't disclose this, but my business right now, I am getting so many items so ridiculously cheap. And when I say ridiculous, I'm talking about I'm paying pennies for my items that even if I sell them for just a little bit more, I'm still making a huge profit. The problem is that I'm probably shortchanging myself because I know they are going to have their bigger social presence. They're going to sell it for even more. And now I have to, as a business owner, have to start changing my mentality because now I'm actually opening up a brick and mortar store. The thing is, I know for a fact that the items that I'm getting in so cheap are not necessarily going to sell here because that's the reason that they're so cheap to begin with was the fact that stores have tried to sell it, nobody's buying it. That's why I'm so it's a very, very tough situation, and I guess that's why I'm venting right now. I know you probably all want to hear, well, what's your numbers? What are your numbers? But yesterday, for me alone, for that 4 hour auction, just sitting down, made $432, and that is pure profit. That's after taking out shipping fees, all that other stuff. $432 pure profit from the stuff that I sold. I'm ecstatic. I'm amazed. I am, but the amount of work for me to ship that 432 is going to take me roughly 3 days. So the question is, was it worth it? Was it not worth it? To me, of course it's worth it. Um, my husband says, well, you're going to need help. You're going to need help. I says, great, you want to help me. But then when I tell him the whole philosophy of how I want to do this, we don't agree on it. So I'm like, okay, you know something, it's better if you don't help me then. Because, like I said, he's telling me, which I'm curious, he's telling me, he's like, look, just get the DVDs out of here. You're going to make more than enough. And I'm like, no, let me go through these. I've already sorted them out. I mean, okay, I have to come up with 29 piles of this. That's what I need. I need 29 piles of this. And like I said, the only way for me to do this is to separate it by, I have to alphabetize them, double check that there's nothing doubles, and I'm laughing. It's a lot of work. But right now I have 14 piles. So I have 14 out of my 29 piles. So you know something? I'm halfway there. And what that means is I'm halfway there because I only spent a few hours last night, doing this. I could probably knock out it all today, which means tomorrow I could ship them all out. What I need to make sure is that I actually get paid for everything, because I know how sometimes auctions, people pay, people don't. I already have a whole list of people who did pay. I have a couple of people that I have to contact and get their information, but I'm shocked. All right, let's get to what the real reason of this video is. What sold on eBay? So as you know, yesterday, $432 on Victoria's auction. To me, that is, I'm amazed. I'm shocked. I love it. I mean, I wanna send her like a fruit basket or something. I'm like, thank you, girl, because that came at a time that I really needed it. I'll be honest, the bills were piling up, so that is going to help me incredibly. As far as eBay goes, eBay's sales for a Monday, that's what happens. The sales tank. So I knew it was going to be a slow day. I ended up selling 5 items, which is not too bad. But I'll just get to it. So the first item I sold, which I said to myself, why am I doing clothing? I hate clothing. I don't know how to do clothing. But this happens to be a PGA Tour bright orange stripe. It's one of those like waterproof, sweatproof fiber shirts. It's a golf shirt. So this was $12. That's how much I got for it. And of course, I believe I got this for free. I mean, sometimes I get stuff that's just thrown in. So that was like a freebie item. They're gonna get this for $12, so that's not too bad. Then books are always free. Very rare do I actually pay for books. So this one happens to be Concrete Framework, and these type of books I say are always be on the lookout for, because particularly now that a lot of people are home with the pandemic, they want to do odds and end jobs to fix things and better their house. So this particular one sold for $7. I mean, it's not that much, but I got it free anyway. So then I sold 3 DVDs. I sold this one, which I actually sold out of them. I mean, I might find more of them, but this is Christina Ricci, Prozac Nation. Have yet to see this. I thought I had a lot more copies, but I guess I don't, because that's the last one I sold. That one sold for $5. The next one is Walking the Streets, but crossed out Walking the Halls. So I guess it's a comedy. This one sold for $7. And then the last one I sold, which I've been selling these like crazy, The Secret of Kells. This one sold for $7 as well. So that brings my grand total on eBay for $38. Not bad, small amount. But my total for, let's jump over to the total of my DVDs, because I just want to show you something. I just calculated this out this morning, and I'm amazed at the numbers. So I'm going to just go back to July for one moment. Now, the last week of July was when I started this whole DVD craze. And how I was doing it in July was, we literally would go to the store and they had this huge bin of the DVDs like this just thrown in, and we literally would take the little bin like this, because that's what it was. They were in these little bins, but all the bins were stacked up in a big bin, and we would just go through one at a time. I say we because I was with a friend, and I would spend an hour each time we were there. So we gave ourselves 1 hour, and I would say, okay, pull out anything that says Criterion, pull out anything that looks foreign or Japanese or anything like that, because those are your big money makers. We would do that for a couple of weeks. Finally, it got to the point where I finally made a deal with the manager and say, okay, how much for all of them? So that's what I did. But we did that for quite some time. So in the month of July, obviously I didn't have that many DVDs. So I'm giving numbers just to show the difference. So July, I sold 63, I'm sorry, no. I sold 9 movies for $63 after taxes, shipping, fees. I made a pure profit of $36. So all that work that I did, hours upon hours, for the month of July, I only made $36. Now let's get to August. I just did my numbers. Now this was when I actually bought the entire bulk and I started selling. So for the month of August, I sold 2,475 DVDs. That is amazing. That's amazing. And I mean, I'm not too sure how September's going to be, but now that I keep listing more and more and more, and I have so many, so the DVDs alone for the month of August, pure profit. This is not the sold price, but after everything taken off, the money that goes into my hand, I did $808.37, which means I've been averaging selling them for about 33 cents each, which is not too bad. I mean, in my head, I was thinking I wanted to sell them 50 cents or a dollar. So with all the sales and everything, the fact that I'm selling them for 33 cents each, it's there. It's more than 25 cents. So that's not bad. I think for September, I'm going to try to up the value. And the fact is, I'm finding a lot of really expensive DVDs. When I was sorting them out yesterday, I found an entire box. I'm like, okay, these are the movies that are going strictly on eBay because they're the hard to find movies that are rare. And like I said, a couple of them I could get as high as $55 for. That's the comps of it. So I am thrilled. So I put those on the side. I'm thinking I'm going to try to up my price per video, and we'll see what happens. But I know this was an extremely long video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I guess, like I said, this is the challenges of reselling is there will be days that you have wonderful days. There'll be days you have horrible days. And there'll be days you'll have very stressful days. And I think, and I'm probably going to start documenting this, things are going to be very, very stressful because now I'm transitioning into strictly online into actually opening up a store. And I'm probably going to document some of my thoughts, feelings, stories of what goes on in preparation for the store until I have my official opening, which I can't even call it official opening. I officially move in on the 1st. I'm probably not going to open up until at least maybe the 10th, October 10th. But if I could open up just in time for Halloween, definitely for the Christmas rush, so I can't wait for that. I think things will be really, really good. So with that, everyone, as you know, tomorrow is my big drawing, and so far, not many people commented. So everybody has a very good chance of potentially winning. Well, not everyone, but you have a very good chance of winning. So if you haven't seen my video, go back to yesterday. It's the contest video. All you simply have to do is reply, and I put your name in a drawing, and you'll get a $15 gift from my store, whatever you want, your choice. So with that, don't forget, hit the like button, hit the notifications, get notified that I do videos because I do videos and pop-ups all the time. And if you are interested in movies, pocketbooks, leather goods, anything that I have, because I have things in bulks, contact me privately because I have a lot of wholesale deals that I don't mind spreading the wealth and handing it to the next reseller who will be more successful with selling things than I am. So with that, take care, everyone. This is Melanie with Lightbeams Treasures and Curiosity.